Now, I'm not one to gossip, but I will bring you the tea. Welcome to Chronicle Speaks.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
Look at you.
So we have some troubling news for Wendy Williams, who states she is back at square one fighting for her life with next to nothing. She also alleges that her guardian, Sabrina Morrissey, has recently used Wendy's money to hire 4 top-notch attorneys to protect herself from Wendy and from Lifetime. Now, we have to remember, Wendy has absolutely no access to her funds. However, things began to finally look up for the daytime talk show Maven when $45,000 was raised via her GoFundMe account so that she could move forward in hiring a private attorney to fight against this guardianship. High-powered attorney Brett Nussbaum and Jason Atlas from the New York law firm Schwartz, Slackus, Reich, Greenberg, Atlas, LLP were hired to help Wendy get out of this conservatorship, and from my understanding, they were looking for a doctor to be able to evaluate Wendy to see if she really had frontal temporal dementia and aphasia. Well, Wendy just recently got rid of her new legal team, and she is looking to assemble a fierce legal team to battle this guardianship and come out on top. There is so much going on with Wendy Williams. Lord bless her heart. We are going to get into this story and so much more, but before we do, please be sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss out on any news regarding this story and so much more. Now let's get back into it. Lauren LaRosa, who I'm sure you've all seen on TMZ as well as The Breakfast Club, speaking to Wendy, had this to say. Hey guys, I spoke with Wendy Williams today. Wendy says she's back at square one, fighting for her life with next to nothing, and alleges her guardian, Sabrina Morrissey, has recently used Wendy's money to hire 4 top-notch attorneys to protect her from Wendy and Lifetime. Now, Sabrina, if this is true, how legal is this to use this lady's money to fight her? So Wendy's full statement says this week I had to fire my current attorney who had become my lead attorney after removing Linda Ridlisky, an attorney who was appointed by the guardianship and who would not push for the trial by jury that I feel I need in this conservatorship fight. Now I need to assemble a fierce legal team to battle this guardianship and come out on top. They're saying I might have to go through a Lincoln hearing just to see if I'm capable of choosing my own lawyer. Once again, I have no say in who represents me. My rights are being trampled on at every turn. Wendy continues to say she's fighting for her life with next to nothing and alleges her guardian, Sabrina Morrissey, has recently used Wendy's money to hire 4 top-notch attorneys to protect herself from Wendy and Lifetime. Now, with this Lincoln hearing, a Lincoln hearing in the context of guardianship or conservatorship refers to a private in-camera interview with the person whose capacity is being assessed by the court, where the judge can directly question them about their wishes and understanding without the presence of their family or lawyers, allowing for a more candid evaluation of their mental state. Now, Lauren states that if Wendy denies the Lincoln hearing, she'd only be left with an option to choose an attorney from a list of attorneys who are court appointed, which is why she mentioned she has no say-so in who represents her. This is the exact reason why they did not want Wendy speaking to the press. They already knew she had no access to her funds, but she also had no access to her phone to be able to call certain connections to be able to get her help. Now, one good thing Wendy was able to do recently for herself was fire her court-appointed personal attorney, Linda Ridlisky. It's being said that Wendy asked Ridlisky to file paperwork to get the ball rolling for a trial to decide whether the guardianship is truly necessary. Wendy wasn't requesting that she just be taken out of the guardianship. She said, let's actually take it to trial and see what happens. They said that Linda denied her request, and next thing you know, she was fired.
In a statement to ABC News, an attorney for Sabrina Morrissey defending her client against Wendy's comments. Because the court proceedings involving Ms. Williams are under seal, Ms. Morrissey is restricted in defending herself at this time from all the spurious and defamatory claims and personal attacks being raised against her. Nevertheless, Ms. Morrissey emphatically denies any wrongdoing, mismanagement, or self-dealing with regard to Ms. Williams' guardianship, adding that all of the court-appointed guardian's activities are regulated and supervised by the court.
According to Sabrina, in the 2 years since the guardianship commenced, Wendy Williams Hunter's medical conditions have continued to progress, and her ability to care for herself and look after her business affairs have continued to deteriorate. Wendy Williams Hunter now requires professional care to ensure that her daily needs are met and to ensure her safety, well-being, and comfort, and to preserve her dignity. According to Wendy, she's not going to any doctor's visits. No doctors are coming in to visit her. No one is coming in to wash her. No one is coming in to do anything but clean her room once a week and bring her food 3 times a day, which she could use her Uber Eats to do that, and it would be a lot less than the $52,000 a month that they are charging her to stay in this 280 square foot room. Wendy is being had. Now, Sabrina says the issue of whether Wendy Williams Hunter has the capacity to access what is in her own best interest deserves renewed careful consideration by qualified experts and should not be left to careless speculation in tabloids, radio, or on the internet.
Every case is different. What always remains the same is that this is a progressive neurodegenerative disease, and unfortunately, we don't have a cure and we don't have a treatment that slows down the progress of the disease. So it's a question of how rapidly someone's disease progresses, but not a question of if the disease will progress. So it sort of depends on how an individual patient is able to perform as time goes on.
Myself, along with other Wendy watchers and employees that work at the assisted living facility that's currently housing Wendy, feels that Wendy was misdiagnosed. The fact that this is a progressive degenerative disease and Wendy seems to be getting better, not worse, something is not right. And the fact that Sabrina is so sure that when Wendy gets tested again, nothing's going to change, makes it look like everybody is laying in bed together to get a chunk of Wendy's money. The doctor, the guardian, the judge, that's what it looks like. The fact that this lady's own money is being used against her to get 4 top-notch attorneys to fight her, but she has to get a GoFundMe to get attorneys to fight on her behalf is sickening, to say the least. I feel like with everything Wendy has had go on, she will require some type of round-the-clock care, someone to make sure they get her food for her. She's in the little hub around thing. She needs someone to help her get in and out of cars and just make sure she's okay. She needs some type of guardian, not Sabrina, to be over her money and make sure that she makes the right financial decision. She needs a guardian or someone to be able to help her with her health, make sure she chooses the right doctors, make sure those doctors are not getting over on her. She needs help, but staying in a 280 square foot room, not being able to leave the floor, being on the floor with other patients who have dementia that you can't even have conversations with, being denied visitors, having a phone where you can call out but no one can call you. This is too much. And again, this is a luxury prison. It's exactly what it is. However, what I need to do is hear from you. What do you think about everything going on in the world of Wendy? What do you think about the way Sabrina is handling this situation? What do you think about Sabrina using Wendy's own money to hire 4 top-notch attorneys to fight Wendy? Leave a comment and you know how we do. We'll talk about it down below. Talk to you guys later. Bye. As always, thanks for watching. But before you go, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, hit the like button, and hit the bell so you don't miss out on any of my new episodes.